Today, I'll be speaking about the asset-based approach, or ABA, which was the focus of my cell film and written reflection. This approach completely changes how we think about learning, support, and community engagement in education. Traditionally, education has often focused on what learners lack, the problems, weaknesses, or barriers that need to be fixed. The asset-based approach, however, takes a very different view. It's known as the half-full glass perspective because it focuses on what learners already have, their strengths, capacities, and resources, and uses these as a foundation for growth.
Instead of asking, what's wrong here? The ABA asks, what's strong here? This shift encourages empowerment and self-determination. It helps learners, teachers, families, and even communities to see themselves as active change agents who already hold the tools for success. They just need to be recognized and mobilized. For example, one reason I chose this approach is because it empowers learners. It's not about ignoring problems. It's about dealing with them positively by using what's already working. I've seen this personally in school. Some of my classmates who struggled academically were often labeled as lazy or unmotivated, when in reality they had amazing talents in art, sport, or leadership. I remember one classmate who wasn't strong in mathematics, but had an incredible gift for explaining work to others. A true communicator and leader. That experience inspired my cell film and showed me how easily potential can be overlooked when we only focus on deficits.
The ABA is also powerful because it's holistic. When we connect it to the bioecological model, we see how every part of a learner's environment, their family, school, community, and social relationships influences their development. The ABA helps teachers to balance learners' needs with their strengths across these domains. In other words, we stop seeing learners as isolated individuals and start viewing them as part of a rich ecosystem filled with assets that can support their growth. Collaboration is another key element of this approach. The ABA works through networks and relationships. For example, in the Community Treasure Hunt activity, teachers and learners identify community resources, such as elders, NGOs, and youth clubs, and then connect these to classroom learning. This changes the way we view communities. Instead of seeing them as lacking resources, we see them as partners full of valuable assets that can support education.
Practical tools like asset mapping also make the approach effective. Asset mapping helps teachers and learners make their strengths visible, almost like creating a map of what everyone brings to the table. Activities such as What's in Your Backpack allow learners to share their hidden strengths, skills, hobbies, or life experiences that might not appear in academic tests. These tools build confidence and make learning more personal and meaningful.
The ABA also directly aligns with the goals of OPV 222, supportive learning environments. One of the key principles of this module is to create classrooms that are inclusive, collaborative, and strength-focused. Activities like Flip the Narrative and Asset Theater help teachers reframe negative labels. For example, instead of calling a learner disruptive, we might describe them as energetic, observant, and showing leadership potential. This simple change in language can transform how a learner sees themselves and how others see them too. Through my research and personal reflection, I've learned that the most supportive environments grow from empathy, trust, and belief in learners' potential. The asset-based approach doesn't deny that challenges exist. It simply reminds us that solutions often lie within the community, within the learners, and within ourselves as educators. As a future teacher, I plan to use asset mapping, build strong relationships with parents and community members, and celebrate each learner's unique contributions. The ABA has taught me to focus on what's there, not what's missing. In conclusion, the asset-based approach is not just an educational model, it's a mindset. It's about seeing strength where others see struggle, and using those strengths to build a truly supportive and empowering learning environment. Thank you.